This conversation with Eoghan McCabe, CEO of an AI company based in San Francisco, explores the multifaceted impacts and challenges of artificial intelligence as it rapidly evolves. Spanning from the nature and capabilities of AI to its societal, economic, ethical, and geopolitical implications, the dialogue delves into fears, opportunities, regulatory concerns, ideological influences, and the global AI race, particularly between the West and China. The discussion also touches on AI's role in healthcare, creativity, employment, and human relationships amidst ongoing technological transformation. Eoghan describes AI primarily as a digital form of intelligence capable of logic, language, and thinking, emphasizing that the explosion of interest began about 3 years ago with the release of systems like ChatGPT. He explains that AI's foundation is built on complex mathematics and probabilities, and that it learns from a wide range of internet data, including Wikipedia, Reddit, legacy media, YouTube, and virtually any form of human-generated online content. However, he highlights that even experts in AI have only limited, deep understanding of its inner workings and ongoing developments. Importantly, current AI can only handle a fraction of human tasks. For example, one study found AI could realistically perform about 3% of freelance work at present. McCabe stresses the significance of timing in AI adoption, noting that while substantial change is inevitable, it is more likely to unfold over a decade or more, giving society time to adapt. He discusses how AI will both augment and replace knowledge and physical work, but argues that many disruptive technologies historically remove undesirable or repetitive jobs while creating new opportunities. He illustrates this nuanced relationship by describing how his company's AI supports customer service representatives rather than replacing them entirely. The core message here is that AI's integration will be complex, rather than a sudden replacement of human labor, with certain human roles, especially those requiring empathy and creativity, remaining vital. A prominent concern raised is the potential loss of jobs and the broader consequences for people's sense of purpose. McCabe acknowledges worries around unemployment, especially among youth, and the risk of social unrest or populist political shifts, such as socialism. However, he counters that not all repetitive or low-satisfaction jobs provide meaningful purpose, and for many people, purpose derives from contributing meaningfully to society and providing for their families. He suggests that new forms of work and creativity could emerge, although the exact future of employment remains unpredictable. There is a parallel reflection on how technologies have historically shaped labor markets while maintaining long-term economic growth and population health. When discussing creativity, McCabe expresses skepticism about AI-generated art and media fulfilling the deeper human need for emotional expression, struggle, and spirit. While accepting that AI can generate innovative ideas by combining existing concepts, he argues that authentic creative work is deeply tied to the human experience, which AI cannot replicate. Consequently, he suggests that creative professions, art, dance, and deep science are less likely to be fully overtaken by AI and remain promising areas for young people to pursue. One of the most promising applications McCabe highlights is AI's potential to revolutionize medicine. He describes the current healthcare system in the U.S. as fragmented and inefficient, especially for the chronically ill. AI excels in synthesizing complex medical data and identifying patterns that human doctors might miss, such as accurately classifying tumors or integrating disparate diagnostic tests. This capability promises improved diagnostics, personalized treatments, and greater longevity and quality of life. However, McCabe underscores the continued importance of the human element in care, especially empathy and patient encouragement. A significant portion of the discussion revolves around the strategic competition between the West and China in AI development. McCabe points out that China has embraced technology more enthusiastically and rapidly than the West, fueled by a focused national mission to dominate global power economically and militarily. China's advantages include substantial infrastructure like nuclear power plants, which support energy-intensive AI training, control over key components such as rare earth elements, and free or open AI models that rapidly advance capabilities. This contrasts with the West's regulatory environment and socio-political hesitations, potentially placing it at a disadvantage. McCabe also raises concerns about AI's militarization, particularly the threat of AI-powered drones and swarms that are increasingly autonomous and difficult to defend against. Unlike centralized AI systems relying on internet connectivity, local AI-enabled drones could operate independently, enabling novel and potentially devastating warfare tactics. This scenario, while sounding like Hollywood, is closer to reality than many might expect and emblematic of the potential risks when AI spreads into physical, security-related domains. The conversation shifts to the politicization of AI, with acknowledgement that AI models inherit ideological biases from their training data, including woke or left-leaning perspectives deeply embedded in content on platforms like Wikipedia or Reddit. This presents challenges of neutrality, objectivity, and ideological reinforcement, affecting public discourse, individual belief formation, and even children's development. There is debate about whether AI should be rigorously aligned with certain values or designed to reflect a plurality of perspectives. But the danger of echo chambers and ideological radicalization is clear. McCabe provides insight into the tech industry culture, noting a recent political shift among tech leaders leaning more center-right and a growing recognition of the need to balance rapid innovation, move fast, with caution to avoid repeating social media's unforeseen consequences. He calls for more ethical reflection and self-regulation within AI development, involving experts outside tech, like philosophers and ethicists, to navigate risks responsibly. However, he remains skeptical about government regulation's efficacy, citing examples like the EU, where it often fails to adapt or serve genuine innovation and public interest. A key theme is McCabe's self-described pro-human stance, valuing humanity's imperfections, messiness, and emotional complexity rather than seeking to erase them through automation and efficiency. He argues that AI should augment humans, especially in functions where humans excel, such as empathy, judgment, and complex decision-making, rather than attempting to fully replace human nuances. He envisions hybrid interactions where humans and AI cooperate, particularly in sensitive fields like healthcare and customer service, preserving the unique human spirit. The discussion addresses the futurist visions of artificial general intelligence, or digital God, debating how likely it is for AI to surpass human intelligence to the extent of being autonomous caretakers of humanity or even existential risks. McCabe tempers doomsday scenarios, emphasizing that no AI yet can perform even basic work fully independently, and that humans have dimensions beyond raw IQ, such as emotion and spirituality, that AI cannot replicate. On human relationships, McCabe discusses the rise of AI companions, or robot girlfriends, recognizing both their potential appeal and risks, including impacts on fertility and social connection. He suggests that AI relationships might also evolve into therapeutic or supportive roles, helping people understand themselves better rather than displacing genuine human interaction outright. McCabe concludes by stressing the importance of balanced, nuanced public discourse on AI, avoiding polarized extremes of utopian enthusiasm or dystopian fear. He calls for both AI technologists and society to engage in open dialogue, acknowledging risks and benefits while collaborating to harness AI's potential responsibly. The goal is to avoid paralyzing fear or reckless zeal and instead foster a mature approach to one of the most transformative technologies facing humanity today.